Upgrading CloudBees CI from Java 8 to Java 11. Here's today's starting point. I have a CloudBees CI installation that's running version 2.346.4.1. This installation is running on Java 8. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's take a look at the documentation that walks us through how to migrate to Java 11. The link to this documentation is down in the description. So if we scroll down to the supported configuration section, versions prior to 2.332.1.4 only supported Java 8. Then in the middle, between 332.1.4 and 361.1.2, you could run either Java 8 or Java 11. Since we're running on 346 for this video, that's the reason why I have 8. I'm right in that middle in between where both 8 and 11 were supported. But let's say I need to go ahead and upgrade to the most current version, which in this case is well beyond 361. That means I need to be running all of the CloudBees CI related software using Java 11. So let's go over to our Operations Center and let's take a look at how it's currently set up. Now, when upgrading from Java 8 to Java 11, you want to first do the Operations Center and then go and do each of your connected controllers. So if we take a look at Manage Jenkins, we're going to first see this notice about Java 8 support. This is the first warning that you're currently running Java 8. Let's go down into System Information, and we're going to look for our entry for Java Runtime Version, and you can see that we're running 180.362. So let's go ahead and go over to our shell for this Operations Center, and I'm going to run systemctl-full status CloudBees core OC. And we can see from this entry here that we're running etc alternatives Java. Well, what is that in this case? If I do java-version, then I can see that that is, again, 180.362. So in order to do the upgrade, we're going to need to shut down our Operations Center, upgrade Java, and then restart the Operations Center. So let's go ahead and type systemctl stop CloudBees core OC. Let's verify that it's actually down. So I will go ahead and run my status command one more time. We can see that it is currently inactive. Now we're ready to go ahead and upgrade our version of Java from 8 to 11. Now, for this installation, I'm using the Timecodes version of Java. So in my case, I'm going to say dnf install Timecodes 11 JDK. We can see here that it's offering us Timecodes 11 JDK, and currently that version is at 11.0.18. Everything looks pretty good from here, so let's go ahead and enter yes. Now that our version of Java is upgraded, let's just type in java-version. We can see now that it's responding with an 11.0.18, which is what we were expecting. So at this point, we're ready to go ahead and restart our Operations Center. So we'll say systemctl start CloudBees core OC. And let's go ahead and run our status, systemctl-full status CloudBees core OC. And we can see that it's active and running. So let's go ahead and quit out of this. Let's go back over to our Operations Center. We'll click on the dashboard from the browser that we had up for Operations Center. Let's go ahead and log in again. And let's look in the same places that we looked at before we actually did the upgrade. So if we click on Manage Jenkins, we'll notice that that banner that we had, that administrative monitor about Java 8, is now gone. So that's our first indication that Java 8 is no longer being used. Let's go down to our system information. And again, we'll go ahead and double check our Java runtime version. And now we can see here that it's 11.0.18. So at this point, our Operations Center is fully upgraded from Java 8 to Java 11. Let's go over and do the same thing for our controller. So I'll click on Dashboard, I'll click on my controller, and let's do the same sequence of events that we did over on the Operations Center. We click on Manage Jenkins, we see our Java 8 support administrative monitor. We'll go ahead and go down to System Information and double check our Java runtime version, and we can see again that it's at 180.362. So let's go over into our shell for this controller. Much like we did before, we'll go ahead and do a status check, full status CloudBees core CM. Again, we see it's active and running, and much like what we saw for the Operations Center, we're running against etc alternatives Java, which in this case is mapped back to java-version 1.8.0.362. So again, the exact same version that we were running when we were running our Operations Center. Let's go ahead and stop the service. So we'll say systemctl stop CloudBees core CM. Let's run our status again, We can verify that the process is inactive. Let's go ahead and install our version of Java. Again, that will be DNF install Timerin 11 JDK. We'll make sure that it's the version that we're expecting, which it is. It's 11.0.18. We'll enter yes. Now that the installation is complete, we'll type java-version to verify what version we have. 11.0.18 is what we expect. So let's go ahead and start CloudBees core CM. And then let's go ahead and verify that our status is good. So we'll say systemctl -- full status CloudBees core CM. We can see it's active and running, but it may take just a few moments for it to start up. So let's go ahead and quit out of this. Let's go back over into the browser where we had our controller running before. And now that we're back into our controller, again, we'll go through the same path, manage Jenkins. We'll notice that the only item that we have showing up right now is a new version, so we don't see the Java 8 administrative monitor telling us that, hey, something's going on with this. Let's go into system information, and again, we will go ahead and check for Java runtime version, which we can see is 11.0.18. Now, just because we've upgraded the Operations Center and the controller does not mean that we're finished yet. We need to make sure also that the Java version that is running the agent process is also upgraded, in this case, to Java 11. Let's click on Build Executor Status. And what we can see here in these last two columns, JVM version and remoting version, we see the remoting versions are the same, so that's good. But our built-in node, which is our controller, is 11.0.18, which is what we expect. But our agent is at 180.362. So we need to go through the process of upgrading the version of Java on the agent as well. Now, by default, these two columns do not show up. If you go back over to the documentation for migration and you scroll down to the section on monitoring Java versions automatically, the versions node monitor plugin was already installed on the controller, and that's the reason why we see these two columns added in to the manage page. So let's go ahead and log in to our agent and upgrade Java there as well. So we'll go here. Now, we don't need to stop the process, at least not through this. So if we type java-version, we're going to see the installation for Java 8, but we don't need to go in immediately to stop the process. So if we go ahead and upgrade Java right now, we'll see in a few moments how we need to handle that restart of the agent. So let's go ahead and just do the installations, and we'll say DNF install Timerin 11 JDK. We're using the same version that we used on our Operations Center and on our controller. We'll go ahead and type yes because we see 11.0.18. And let's go ahead and type in Java version here, and we can see that we have the version 11.0.18. But let's go back over to our controller. If we take a look, again, at our Manage Nodes and Clouds page, if I do a refresh status, again, we didn't restart the controller, so we didn't need to do any kind of reboot there. You'll still notice that agent is showing up as 108.362. And the reason why is we never severed the connection from the controller down to the agent. All we've done is we've installed Java on the agent. So all we have is just an extra version of Java. The connection that was already there is still in place. Since Java 8 is still installed on that agent, even though we've changed the default, when we did java-version, we can see the default now is 11.0.18. Since that connection was already in place prior to that upgrade for Java, the 8 is still there and still being used. So what we need to do is we need to go into our agent and we need to do a disconnect and a reconnect. Just to prove this out, if we click on system information on the agent, what we're going to see is our Java runtime version is still 180. Again, the connection was already established prior to upgrading Java on the agent. So let's go ahead and first do a disconnect. We'll click on yes, and we can see that we are disconnected. Now, what we want to do is click on Launch Agent. We'll see the log start up running until we see that it was connected. This time, let's go ahead and go back into Nodes in the breadcrumbs. That'll take us back to the overview page. And now we can see that the Agent 1 is running the JVM version of 11.0.18 as well. If we want to check it one more time, we'll go into Agent 1, go down to System Information, and again, we'll double check Java runtime version is 11.0.18. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach out to us on Twitter at CloudBees. If this video was helpful to you, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to CloudBees TV yet, why not? Take a moment, click on that subscribe button, and then ring that bell, and you'll be notified anytime there's new content available on CloudBees TV. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.